If you don't know, don't worry. We're all going to do this together. Today, I'm going to make one of my favorite dish that I actually love cooking. It's gumbo. Gumbo's been made so many different ways. People add stuff to it, take stuff away from it. They made it their own, just the same way that I've done mine. I've been working on this for at least, I'm going to say, 15 years just to get it, the way that we like it. So yeah, like I said, today we're going to do this, and I'm going to show you what we use. Okay, so we have of course, green onions, that will go on top of there. Some celery, bay leaves, okra. Of course, you have to have okra on there. Okay, some onions and garlic, of course. We have these chicken stock. Okay, the meat that we put in there, we have chicken. I use these they will be cut up, and then seasoned and all that. Sausage, you can use any type of smoked sausage, adu, or whatever you want. Shrimp, and of course crab. Make sure you use real crab, not that imitation crab. Okay, use some real crab. If you can get the whole crab and you have time to boil it and peel it and all that, do that. If not, get the one that's in a can. It's real crab meat, and then you can use that. Okay, some people don't add shrimp and crab to their gumbo. It depends on what kind of gumbo they want on there, or they like. Okay, but we add all this on there, the meat portion of it on there. The vegetables, like I said, we do okra and the celery. I tried to put some bell peppers in there before. I didn't like the taste of it, and neither did a few people who ate it when I made it. So I just removed it. But you can have it. If you like it, just go ahead and add it. Now we have some salt and pepper. That's my mix. I mix them both together. Parsley, thyme. We got some oil, of course. Bay leaves. Those are the ingredients you really need. We have flour and oil. That's to make the roux. That's the most important, very most important. No matter what you put in there, if the roux doesn't come out perfect and it's burnt and all that, you might as well just wash up the pot and then redo it again. All right, so that's important. But the very most important is this right here, the Creole seasoning. This will make it taste so good. All right, you're gonna love this. Find this is in the store. You can you don't have to buy this brand, but this is the brand we've been using for years. So what I'm going to do, like I said, is we're going to get this all ready. I'm going to prep up the chicken and the sausage. Marinate it, put some salt and some the Creole seasoning, and then I'll cook it up. Or fry it up and do that. The shrimp and the crab will actually go a little bit last. You don't want it to sit in the pot while it's cooking for hours at a time, because it doesn't take that long to cook the shrimp. Of course, then the crab meat too. Okay, so we're going to do that. I have a good time doing this today, and all right, stick with me. We'll be back when I get everything ready. All right, welcome back. So I didn't want you guys sit around watching me cut up the chicken and the sausage, which I cut it up already. I put some Cajun seasoning on top of it, let it sit for a little bit. I got some, we're gonna get the okra ready. The okra is, this is in a package. You can get it frozen or you can get it fresh. I couldn't find none fresh. I tried every market I can find and there was none. So it's okay. It's the taste is going to be from all the ingredients we put in. So you don't worry about, if it's frozen or if it's fresh. We got celery and onions. I put a lot more celery than that I usually ask for, because, like I said, I don't use bell peppers. So I want a little bit more vegetables in there. We got the garlic, Cajun seasoning, and this is dry thyme, and then of course the bay leaves and salt and pepper. Okay, we're going to, like I said, we're going to first brown this up and then brown this up. We're not going to cook it, we're just going to brown it so it cooks on the outside pretty good, and go from there. And then we're going to make our roux. Okay, here's a cup of vegetable oil, and flour. Remember, the most important thing is the actual roux. If you kind of mess it up and you burn it and it smells burnt or something like that, start all over, because that's the I guess the base of everything. That this has to be perfect. It has to be on point. Okay, and if you're not really good at doing a roux, you don't have to make it a dark color. You can make it maybe like a peanut butter color of it. I'll show you all that, but let's go ahead and get this one going first, and then we'll go from there. All right, give me a second here. Thanks. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to start browning up the chicken. I'm going to stick it in this hot oil right here, all the chicken, and we're not going to cook it. Like I said, all we're going to do is brown it up, and then we're going to do the sausage. We're going to take it out and then do the sausage. All right, so here we go. Let's give me a second here. We'll get all this going. I have my heat on like medium. I might turn it up, so it cooks a little bit faster, but not. I don't want it to burn anything. So depending on how many people you're trying to feed and all that is depending on how much chicken and all that you're going to put in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn this up a little bit, and then we're going to, like I said, we're going to cook it up, brown it up, make sure that it gets good color and all that. All right, so start it in here. As you can see, this is the chicken in there. All right, brown it up there. All right, give me a second here. Let's do this. All right, so now the chicken is getting really browned up real good. Let me show you here. See that? So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the chicken out, and then, sorry about that. There you go. See that? And then we're going to put the sausage in. All right, give me a second while I take out of this pot because it's hot. All right, now we have the sausage in there and one chicken. It was underneath all the sausage, so I didn't see it. So we're going to brown it up with the sausage. Okay. So like I said, all we're doing is browning it up in the same oil that we have the chicken in. So this is going to take just a few minutes because the sausage don't need to be like as cooked as the chicken was. But like I said, we're just going to brown it up. All right, give me a second. All right, so the sausage are done, and we're going to turn off the the oven, the stove, I'm sorry. And then what we're going to do is take the sausage out, but we're not going to discard the oil that's in there. We want to keep it, and I'll show you why. Usually, the burnt marks right here are from cooking the chicken and all that. I'm going to clean that out, but I'm going to take out the oil because I want to use it for my roux because there's a lot of flavor in there. Okay, so let me go ahead and get that done, and we'll be right back. Give me a second, all right? All right, the roux is getting there. If you can see it, let me move the camera up right there. See that? How it's bubbling up. I still have to keep doing this to it, mixing it up so it doesn't burn. So I'm going to give it a few more seconds because it's not at the desired color that I want it. So let's keep doing this, all right? Look at that, looking good there. It's looking good. It's not burnt, not light. What it is the good texture of like a peanut butter. We're going to give it just a couple minutes, and then we're going to drop in the vegetables to stop the cooking of it. Okay, give me a second here. All right, I think we're there. That looks good. That's normally how I have it. Looks really good. It's not burnt, like I said. Look at that. All right, we're good there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start throwing all the vegetables in. Then it will stop the cooking of the roux. Okay, so it doesn't burn. Hold on one second. Here we go. First, we're going to put some okra in there. Got the okra in there. I'm going to mix it up.
so it stopped all the burning, the cooking of the roux. See that? Yeah, there we go. Now we're going to put in the other vegetables in there. Hold on. Boom, just like that. Look at that. Feels good, yep. There we go. Let's mix it up here. All right. Let's now not forget about the garlic. We're going to let that cook for about 4 minutes, all right? So, and then we're going to throw in the chicken and all that, the chicken and the sausage, all right? Hold on. All right, here we go. We're going to start putting in the stock. If you can get chicken stock, vegetable, or just water. It's up to you, you know. I use chicken stock. For the amount I'm making tonight, I'm going to use about 16 cups, okay? So I measured out in here. It's not 16 yet. Hold on a second here. And 16. So that should be 16 there. Turn this up a little bit. There you go. With all this. Now, I'm going to turn up the stove a little bit so it gets hot. Now we're going to start taking in the chicken and the sausage here. Second, get all of this in there. A lot of stuff, all the chicken and all that's sitting in there. Look at that. Okay, mix this up. Mix this up while it's not so scorching hot yet. While the stove is getting hot there. All right, now what I'm going to do, and like I said, all this right here is to the taste too. So thyme, put in there, bay leaves right there, and then of course the Cajun seasoning right there. All right, we might add some more Cajun seasoning later on if we want to. It's it's up to us. We'll taste it a little bit later and let it cook. Then let me have some salt and pepper to taste here. 1, 2, there we go. Alright, so now what we're going to do, like I said, we're going to let this cook. We're going to let this boil up, not over, but boil up, and then come back, turn it down, let it cook for about a couple hours, because that's how I like to cook, for a couple hours, maybe 3 hours on low, very low heat. Then it brings all the flavor up to the top. So what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to let this get hot, let it boil a little bit, turn it down, and then we're going to come back and we're going to check on it. All right, thank you. Hold on. So here it is. Everything's getting hotter, and you see there's some fat that's coming up on there on the top of it. We're going to skim that off and then let it keep cooking for, I'm gonna say, about another hour and a half, and then come back and taste it, see how it, see how it's going. And then on the last, I'll say 30, maybe 45 minutes, we're going to place the crab, real crab, not imitation, and the shrimp in there, and let that cook for, like I said, for the last 30 to 45 minutes, maybe an hour, depends on where this is standing at that time. So we'll be back in about, like I said, about an hour and a half, okay? But for you guys out there, it'll be just like a few seconds. All right, see you in a minute. All right, now we're coming to around the corner here. This is looking really good. I grabbed a little bit right here. I'm gonna take a taste, see if we need to add any more Cajun seasoning or any type of seasoning in there. That's good. You don't want to put too much Cajun seasoning in there because it might be a little spicy for everybody else. So that we're not going to do that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to drop in the crab meat. Okay, real crab meat, okay, not fake stuff. All right, let's drop it in there, and then let it cook in there. Let it, get its going. Then we're going to drop in the shrimp after that. Let it cook a little bit, a little bit longer, and then it'd be ready for us to eat. So let's do this first. Get the crab meat in there. Get this bowl there. Look at that. Right, look at that. See that? Get all the crab juice in there. Look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yes, that looks good. That looks good. Yep. There we go. Stir it up. See, we got the okra, the onion, the chicken. Look at it. There's the sausage there. Look how all that looks. Oh, that looks delicious. Yeah. There we go. There we go. All right, let's let that cook for a little bit. We'll be back. We want to place in the shrimp, and then let it sit for a few minutes, and then it'll be done. We're going to do a taste test. All right, we'll be right back. Hold on, let me get the shrimp. All right, thank you for waiting for a second. I'm going to go ahead and grab the shrimp now. Devein, deshelled, delicious. All right, here we go. Put it in there. Let it cook, and we're going to turn this down to a very low simmer. Simmer, I don't know if that's even a word. Low simmer, is that like jumbo prawns? I don't know what that is either. All right, so here we go. Put that in there. I'll grab this bowl, get some of that shrimp in there. I'm going to mix it up a little bit here, so you guys can see. Look at that. Oh yes, we got the okra, we got the chicken. Well, it's very steamy, very hot. All that stuff is going good there. Delicious. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Chicken. Yeah. It's looking good. Looking good. All right. So we'll let that cook for a little bit more. Maybe about another 30 minutes, if that. I'm going to take a little taster here. That's good. I don't think I need to add anything else. Let me take a little of this out there. And we're going to put it over here. And I'm going to take a little taste and see if I need to add anything, either more Creole or any salt, pepper, anything like that. All right? All right. We'll be right back. Thanks. Okay. We are at the finish line. Here it is. Look at that. All this delicious gumbo. We got the chicken, we got the crab, we got the sausage, the okra. We have all that stuff. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get myself a little bowl ready and do a taste test. Okay? So, all right, give me a second. Okay, here we go. First we'll put some rice on there, and then I'm going to put the gumbo around and on top of the plate. Here we go. Give me a second. All right, there it is. It's all set up. We have like the shrimp. There's some crab around here, chicken, the sausage. There's some sausage right there. The celery, the okra all the way, in there, right here. It's been cooked. What we do is put some green onion on there. As you can see, there's some green onion. Maybe I'll put a little bit more. I like green onion on there. And then some parsley, dry parsley. I'm going to taste it right now, but usually I slap some Tabasco on top. I like Tabasco in there. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just taste it without, the Tabasco and all that. And then I'm going to go from there. Okay, here we go. Here's a little bit of rice and the chicken, like this. I like the sausage too. I'm going to grab the sausage. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, that's really good. Really good. There you go. Well, what I can do, if you want to try to make this, I can just ask me on the chat or on somewhere there, and I'll send you my my recipe on this. But like I said, do it your way, any way you want to do it, and make it yours. Like most gumbos don't have like shrimp and crab with chicken and sausage, but mine does. I like to have it all on there. But yeah, this is good. I really like it a lot with my with the rice and all that. Yep, really good. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Hope to see you around again. Bye.